Hi, I'm Debbie and I'm from Thornhill. I want to welcome you to my home and tell you a little bit about myself. So here's part one of my life. I have 3 grown sons, and way back in 1994 I became a single parent. Not by choice, but it happened. To be honest with you, it was quite a challenge to raise 3 boys on my own, and I had to be both their mom and dad. I also had to be Mrs. Fix-It. So I was never afraid to handle changing a light bulb, picking up a screwdriver, or fixing their bike. Let me tell you about part 2 of my life. Ready for part 2? I think you are. So during the time that I was a single parent, for the 5 years that I was alone, I learned really to handle the household and the kids. But there was a lot of people out there that wanted me off the street. And that being that they wanted me to have a wonderful gentleman in my life. So for those 5 years, I dated, and I dated a lot. Let me tell you about part 3 of my life. Part 3, for those 5 years, believe it or not, I had 52 blind dates. Yes, 52 blind dates. In that 52 blind dates, I met my present husband, and he was date 47. I can't believe I counted, but I did. It was good to keep track. Why was he 47 and I had 52 blind dates? I just wasn't too sure. Let me tell you about part 4 of my life. 17 years ago, I met the love of my life, who also can handle a screwdriver really well. I'm not going to say that I put mine away because I am still really, really handy. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I've done in my studio. Ready? So I have this thing for decorating. I really love an empty room. An empty room to me is an empty space, a blank canvas. Same thing goes when I do my food styling. I have a blank canvas, I have the food, and then it all just comes together. So this room, when it was empty and my son had left, I really, really wanted to decorate it and make it my own space. This is my studio. Welcome to it. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've done. So I like to decorate on a budget, and I have no problems going into stores that are not your usual decorating stores. One thing that I did get for this room was a focal point piece, and this little baby was purchased at a liquidation sale. When I walked in and saw this, I asked how much it was, and she said $120. And the next thing, I was on the phone calling my husband and saying, come and get this, I need it now. So let me tell you about what this looked like before it looked like this. It was dingy, it was yellow, it was chipping, it was ugly. It was really ugly. And all of these handles are the original handles, but they needed a little bit of sprucing up. So what I did was, I went to my local Walmart, I bought myself some chalk paint and wax, and I threw this together on a Saturday morning, repainted the whole dresser, repainted all the handles, put them all together, and when my husband came home from the gym, he was really surprised that I did this by myself. But he doesn't know this because I let him do everything now. And now that he knows that I can do this, I think he's got to watch himself. Being a food photographer, you got to come up with some really genius things to photograph your food on. So these little guys are tongue and groove backboards. And I put these together, painted them, and I use a lot of different colors for my food photography. I also really, really love to paint. And these are a couple of paintings that I did for one of our spare bedrooms. Just a couple of paints, a couple of paintbrushes, and you have a lot of fun doing it. So that's who I am. I'm really an artistic, creative kind of gal, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the other part of my life. I have been asked if I'm competitive, and you bet I am. One of the biggest reasons I want to win Home to Win is because I need that space. I need that beautiful big house. Why? 3 boys, 3 girls, lots of grandchildren one day, but most of all, my food blogging. I need a place to showcase what I do. I need an open space, lots of light, beautiful windows, and hopefully a kitchen where I can work in. I really want to win, home to win.